Good news, Tammy. I got them to drop the murder and arson charges. They know the indecent exposure charge will never stand up, and they don't have a shred of evidence that you ever engaged in prostitution.
Prostitution? Do I look like a prostitute?
No, of course you don't.
Well, you bet I don't. I was voted most likely to succeed in my high school. I worked on the school paper. I played Nellie Forbush in South Pacific.
I listened to your cassette this morning. I love the way you do I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair.
Thank you. I've always liked to sing. That's why I answered the Sing Out America ad in the Hayes Gazette. Who knew I'd wind up jumping out of a cake?
You'll never spend another day behind bars if I have anything to say about it. They've agreed to release you in my custody, though they may want you as a witness.
What am I going to do now?
I'll get you a job with my family.
Oh, Stephen, I don't know how to repay you.
Don't worry about that. Your smile is payment in full. I got you a little getting out of jail gift.
How nice. Do you give all your clients stuffed animals?
Just you. It's for luck. I named him Toto. Your being from Kansas and all.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Now, I went shopping this morning. Put these on. There's a cab out front when you're ready. I'll meet you back at my house. And don't worry. Everything is going to be fine.
Sid, I'm sorry. Someone got here first. The girl's been sprung.
Sorry don't cut it, Morris. Find her. She knows too much.
Okay, boss.
Ready, Charles?
Yes, indeed, Arabia.
Gwendolyn's ivory bosom heaved with passion as Lance entered her chamber. Paul Roberto! Lance's burning gaze cut like a laser through her lace bodice. Her alabaster thighs tingled with expectation.
Like a laser.
Paul Roberto!
Thighs tingle.
Well, Toto, we may be a little out of our league here, but let's give it a try.
Paul!
Oh, baby, what I couldn't do with plenty of money and you. In spite of the worry that money brings, just a little filthy lucre buys a lot of things. And I could take you to places you'd like to go, but outside of that, I've no use for dough. It's the root of all evil, of strife and upheaval. But I'm certain, honey, that life could be sunny with plenty of money and you.
Are you sure you're all right? It's too bad about your stuffed animal.
Well, at least it didn't suffer. And I was able to save his foot, for luck.
One of these days, the missus is going to bring down 747.
Stephen thinks I can get a job with the family.
This clan takes a lot of looking after. What can you do?
Well, I can sort mail, I can type, and run a forklift.
You're overqualified to work here.
Well, I jumped out of a cake once.
Well, who hasn't?
I'm a real quick learner.
Why don't you take this tray up to the master bedroom? That way you can meet Stephen's grandparents. Meanwhile, I'll put your things in the spare maid's room.
Thanks, Kate. Wish me luck.
Come on, baby. Here we go. Slow and steady.
Thanks?
Over here, Felicity. Easy. Easy now, Wild Bill. Ready. Set. Go!
Wild Bill again. You spend more time with that creature than you do with me. Come back to bed.
Time's a-wasting.
It won't take long.
Good day's tracking starts at the crack of dawn.
Yeah?
Well, track this! And these!
Felicity, cover yourself.
Oh, and give a toot to my good friend, Bebe Rebozo.
You got it, Arabia. Keep on shopping.
And that speaks the first stirrings of fire in his loins.
Uh-oh, those loins of yours are the stuff that literary inspiration is made of.
Aren't you glad you married me instead of that wet noodle Winfield?
Oh, it was no contest, dear. All Winfield had to offer was a bit of money.
$300 million.
Your loins, however, are priceless.
Excuse me.
Put the tray on the table, please, dear.
Oh, has Brian come in yet?
Brian? I'm not sure.
Well, when he does, ask him to come upstairs. We have to place a very important conference call.
Yes, sir, I'll do that.
Do we know her?
I don't think so, dear.
Oh, my. I look like I've been pulled through a knothole backwards.
I can name those 2 to 4 notes.
I'm sorry. I was just looking.
No problem. Make yourself at home.
I'm Tammy. I'm a friend of Stephen's.
I'm his half-brother, Chip. I'm legitimate. He isn't.
Oh, well, I don't care what his birth certificate says. He's been wonderful to me.
Well, you're certainly very loyal. I like that in a woman. You know, the reason that I feel that way is because basically I'm a very sensitive guy. And I drive a red Ferrari.
What are you doing here? Nobody goes into Meg's room.
Felicity. Chip.
Celia.
Mother?
Really, Celia, this is quite the time to be crawling home.
I wasn't out all night. I just thought it was time that we started dressing for breakfast.
Excuse me.
You've spent the night with Paolo, my polo coach.
We may have played a chukker or two.
Only 2.
At least I get to play.
Stephen.
Wow. So this is what Meg's room looks like. Tammy, I'm glad you're here.
Wimp.
I know you. You're the designer, Countess Celia. Oh, I've seen you in hundreds of magazines.
Oh, how nice for you.
I bought a jumpsuit of yours once, but I could never wear it. It kept riding up.
Stephen. Why must you bring these people to the house?
I promised Tammy a job, Mother.
Here? Oh, good Lord. What do you know about the woman?
Enough. I'm defending her.
Oh, great. A convict. Does she have any references?
Well, I better see if Kate needs any help.
I didn't ask for references. I trust my instincts.
Oh, wonderful. The only person around here with worse instincts than yours is Hank.
Pardon?
Brian, not again.
Every time I set foot on a sidewalk in Palm Grove, this happens. You know, I'm starting to take it personally.
It's just one of those things, sir.
We didn't recognize you without your BMW.
Right. Next time, what do you say we skip the strip search?
No problem.
Oh, you're Brian.
Black sheep of the family.
Oh, good. You're here. Let's go place that call, son. Busted again, huh?
Yes, sir.
Isn't Hank having breakfast?
Oh, he'll eat later. Doesn't like to get bloated when he's tracking. Doesn't like to do anything when he's tracking. And he's always tracking.
nothing like the challenge of a good hunt, eh, Roberta? You know, the others don't understand. But you and I, we share a kinship about these things, eh?
Please! Watch out, I just planted that.
Yes, sir. Taming the wild is in our blood. Well, me and Wild Bill, you and your, aphids. Yes, we're two of a kind, we are.
Whoops!
One thing. Watch where you step out here. I've set some traps and snares.
You know, it's the strangest thing. I went to put on my watch this morning, and I couldn't find it. Did you pick the lock on my jewelry box again, Chip?
Nope. Not this time, sorry.
Tammy, come join us for breakfast.
Well, if it's okay.
Of course it's okay. Grandmother, this is Tammy Cooper.
No! Did I do something wrong?
That's Meg's seat.
Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Who is Meg?
Porter residence. Just a minute. Chip, Chibuki.
You gotta announce it like that?
You've really structured a fine deal here, Brian.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, old pal, what's up?
Dog ran dead last.
Into every life, a little rain must fall.
You want my money?
Go get it.
I want my money very soon. Understand?
Gee, Sid, come on. Even MasterCard gives you a month to pay off.
I ain't MasterCard, Chipster. I'm looking over your shoulder. Take a gaze out your window. 1 week.
A week is fine. A week is great. Okay. Bye-bye, Sid. Tammy, do you think you could loan me a few bucks till payday?
Well, how much do you need?
80,000. Brian, oh, bro.
Chip, my man.
Listen, did you ever think about maybe selling the corporate jet?
You know we can't do that.
Of course not.
My diamond drop's missing.
Maybe you lost it when you sneaked in this morning.
Thank you, Felicity. Squealer slut.
You could have lost it when we were all in Meg's room.
You were all in Meg's room?
Personally, I think it's ridiculous to keep setting a place for Meg.
Felicity, Meg is still a part of this family.
But she hasn't been to the table in 24 years.
And whose fault is that? Who lost her in the Goodyear tire at the World's Fair?
Don't blame me. You were in charge.
I told you to watch her.
You did not. I did too.
Will you two stop that bickering? Fighting isn't going to bring your sister back.
Hello, Kate. I bet you don't remember me.
What do I win?
I'll need your signature on this.
I'm ashamed of you two, squabbling like children. Someone is always missing something in this house. Makes me tired.
Here we go, sir.
Where the devil is my pen? Where is my presidential pen?
Take my pen, sir.
My Gerald Ford pen. Nobody leaves this room.
I'm sure the president can get you another one, dear.
That's not the point. It was a special pen.
Obviously, there's a thief in the house.
You could write over butter with it.
I don't understand. Why is everything missing this morning?
Because this morning, thanks to Stephen, there's a stranger in the house.
You don't think.
Oh, this is going to be good. Attention, everybody. We have a visitor.
I'm back at last. Oh, it's so good to be home.
Do we know her?
Of course you do. Daddy, it's me, Meg. Daddy, it's me, Meg.
Wait your turn. You do think I stole all those things, don't you? Well, I would never take anything that didn't belong to me. And I don't need a job that badly.
Great. I hope you're all satisfied. Tammy, wait.
I I've been gone 24 years. Doesn't anybody have anything to say?
Have some Rice Krispies, dear. They're your favorite.
That's a start. You don't look like Meg. Meg had tiny hands, small feet, and she was only about 4 feet high.
I was 10.
Oh, right. Where on earth did you run off to anyway? While you were busy eating cotton candy and looking at all the guys, I went off on my own.
Ha! You did lose her.
I wandered over to the Italian pavilion, and I fell asleep in a trunk belonging to the Manfredi Brothers Circus.
Oh, dear. Italians.
Next thing I knew, I woke up in Baltimore. Everyone was very nice. And besides, some of you never liked me anyway.
Now, hold on here. We had people looking for you everywhere. We were worried sick. Didn't it ever occur to you to contact us?
I was going to, Daddy, but you know how it is. A day turns into a week and slips into a month, which leads...
Oh, this is preposterous. How do we even know she's Meg?
Celia, dear, it's rude to question your sister's authenticity.
That's all right, Mumsy.
You always called me that.
Perhaps you'll all remember that I was born with a birthmark. That's right. It was on yours. It still is.
I thought it was on the other cheek.
Tammy, I'm awfully sorry.
My grandfather used to say, sorry don't mean dip if you can't darn your socks in the rain.
If there's anything I can do...
That's how all this got started. I didn't steal anything.
I believe you. Look, we beat the arson charge, didn't we?
That wasn't my fault. The cake just caught fire when I jumped out of it.
I know. Oh, Tammy, don't leave. Where's that plucky spirit of yours?
Plucked.
Oh, come on. Have faith. Stand up for your rights. Please don't go.
I also brought along a few things you all may remember.
Oh, look, it's all of us together in Parrot Jungle.
Oh, my old brat. Who said you could have it?
You see, it is Meg. I didn't lose her after all.
Oh, Charles, isn't it wonderful to have our family back together again?
I want you to know you're not alone. You got a lot of support here.
I do? From whom?
Well, just me. But my opinion carries a lot of weight around this place.
You really believe I'm innocent?
Well, that's the difference. I want you to stay. I really think that you and I could hit it off.
Maybe Stephen's right. Maybe I shouldn't give up without a fight. My father didn't raise a quitter.
Yeah, great. All right, so what are you doing Friday night? And what's this?
And I asked Tammy to reconsider. To give us another chance.
Everything to me, know just what to say.
A chance to show that this family still retains the lofty ideals that made us great. That we'll give a person a break. That we believe in the inherent goodness and honesty of our fellow man.
I found Mother's diamond drop in Tammy's suitcase.
Or not. Forget what I said. Don't mind me. What do I know?
This is ridiculous.
What's the problem here? So she stole one little diamond. Mother's got tons of them.
Ha! I've got you now, you tricky devil. You were called to remove a suspect? Guess again.
Just get me out of here. I want a new lawyer. Who defended Roxanne Pulitzer?
I did.
I fixed you some lunch. Food stinks in the slammer.
Hold on, wait a second. She's innocent. Tammy didn't steal the diamond. Wild Bill's been taking things and stashing them in Tammy's room. Yes, I found a watch under the bed, pen behind the dresser.
My pen! Shame on you, Wild Bill.
Oh, Hank, I'm so proud of you.
This is great. You're clear. Now you can stay. You want to see my car?
I'm not going to stay someplace where no one trusts me. Mr. Porter.
Though we haven't been formally introduced, I want to apologize. We accused you unjustly.
That's okay. Being rich makes you different. You couldn't possibly understand how someone like me feels anyway.
I know exactly how you feel.
You do?
I was poor, a scrapper.
You were poor?
Oh, yes. I wangled my way into a job at Arabia's father's bank as the most junior teller in the place. Now, one day I was sitting on the lawn eating my lunch when a customer in a big hurry tossed me some money and asked me to deposit it. Well, that gave me an idea.
You stole the money?
No. I suggested to old man Vanderway that I set up a chair and table in the parking lot, and the rest is history.
You invented drive-up banking?
And I stole Arabia away from that twerp Winfield.
That's a great story. But what does it have to do with me?
Nothing. Just make the most of an opportunity when it's given to you. Stay here. Everything will be fine.
The other Vanderway Porter kid sprung her.
Well, we better pay him a little visit. He can lead us to her. And she's the only one who could identify me.
You want to ride with me?
No. Now listen, I promised Tammy a job, and she's going to have one.
Well, she is pretty in a fresh, scrubbed sort of way. With a little work, I could turn her into a successful model. The whole country will be filled with Tammy wannabes.
No, she can work for me at the Vanderway Foundation. What are her skills? Oh, it doesn't matter. I can train her.
Forget it. I've got just the job.
Gwendolyn's heart pulsated with passionate longing as Lance mounted his steed and saluted her loveliness.
Pulsated?
How about throb?
Oh, yes, definitely. Throbbed it is. That'll be all for today.
Yes, ma'am.
She's a very promising young lady, isn't she, Charles?
And you are a superior woman, Arabia.
Thank you, Charles.
I told you, don't worry. Everything went according to plan. They bought the whole story. I'm in.
Don't go away. Old Money will be right back.
I want to propose a toast to Meg. Our wandering lamb has returned to the flock, and we are at last whole again.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear. And dear, you're in for a wonderful surprise. Every week, your father and I have been putting your allowance in the bank.
Oh, that's nice, Mumsy.
At $100 a week for 24 years, that comes to roughly $125,000. And to celebrate your return, we're going to break open the bank.
That's Porky!
What in blazes? I owe you $100, signed a friend. I owe you $100, anonymous.
Oh.
I owe you $1,000.
Tracking may look easy, Tammy, but believe me, it requires great patience, discipline.
¡Madre de Dios! ¿Qué es esto? ¡No es posible! ¡Le vas a sacar tus dientes! ¡Ay!
Pop.